It's all included.
All right, guys, let's get straight to your top talkers for the day. Well, the heated debate continues over the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson has vetoed his state's Religious Freedom Restoration Act, voicing concerns that the bill could be used as legal justification for discrimination against LGBT individuals. Now, this comes just days after Indiana Governor Mike Pence signed a similar bill into law. Now, the Huffington Post reported that Hutchinson was seeking changes to his bill in an effort to make Arkansas's legislation mirror the federal Religious Freedom Restoration Act, signed back into law by President Clinton in 1993. Now, Hutchinson faced pressure from one of Arkansas's largest employers, Walmart, which is headquartered in the state. CEO of Walmart, Doug McMillon, urged Hutchinson to veto the bill, warning that opening the door to LGBT discrimination, quote, threatens to undermine the spirit of inclusion. The amended version now heads to the House. All right, well, from controversial news to a bit of sad news this morning for Giuliana and Bill Rancic. The television personalities recently announced that their last attempt for a second child by surrogate was lost to a miscarriage. Giuliana told People magazine that they learned on New Year's Eve that the surrogate, who was carrying their fourth and final embryo, suffered a miscarriage. Giuliana chose to freeze 4 of her embryos when she was diagnosed with breast cancer back in 2011. The first resulted in a very successful pregnancy, Bill and Giuliana's beautiful son, Duke. Two more eggs were implanted in a surrogate in 2014, but they, too, were lost to a miscarriage. The couple, however, they are not giving up on growing their family, fortunately. Quote, "We are open to everything," Rancic said of her next move, which could include adoption. We wish her and her family, of course, all the best. Now, while we hope for a growing family for the Rancics, Mark Wahlberg's entourage of work continues to grow. The actor and producer has been attached to produce a movie about the Boston Marathon bombings titled Patriots Day for CBS Films. Now, the story will be an intense thriller spanning the 5-day search for the bombers, culminating in the standoff with Dzhokhar Tsarnaev in Watertown, Massachusetts. Wahlberg, who of course is a native of Boston, will be teaming up with 60 Minutes senior producer Michael Radutsky, who leads the broadcast's creative development unit. The screenplay will be based on Boston Police Commissioner Ed Davis's first-hand account of the events, and it is being written by Matt Sharman, who wrote Steven Spielberg's upcoming Bridge of Spies, which stars Tom Hanks. Now, 20th Century Fox, not to be outdone, is developing a rival project titled Boston Strong. Casey Affleck, another Boston native, was once attached to star, but he is no longer involved, and he has actually distanced himself from the film. I got a feeling there's a story behind that. Well, if Casey Affleck is looking for some work, maybe he should hit up a McDonald's, because they are raising some wages for 90,000 workers. Check this out. McDonald's Corporation plans to raise pay by more than 10% and add some benefits like paid vacation for workers at the roughly 1,500 U.S. restaurants that the corporation operates. It's all in an effort to rejuvenate the struggling fast food giant, as well as answer some widespread criticism of the company's labor policies. Now, here's the thing, guys. This only applies to the stores run by McDonald's Corporation. It does not apply to the some 14,000 stores operated by franchisees. Corporation clarifies that the franchise owners are free to set their own pay scales, but they will make subsidies available for some education costs to all of their U.S. workers. The pay increase is set to start July 1st, and in addition, workers employed after a year will accrue up to 5 days of paid time off annually. At least it's a move in the right direction for the corporation. Good on you, McDonald's. Finally, the yet unnamed Flash Arrow spinoff keeps moving in the right direction as well. That's right, our sister station, New Mexico's CW, has enjoyed huge success with both Arrow and Flash, and it will be bringing a 3rd edition to the DC Comics universe soon. Now, while details are still a bit unclear as to who will be our featured heroes and villains, executive producer and showrunner Greg Berlanti says that the show will, quote, honor all of the great team-up movies, whether it's Ocean's 11 or whether it's the superhero books. All right, so here are some of the cast members that have been confirmed and announced to appear in the show. And this is a good cast lineup. Brandon Routh, you might remember him as Superman. He will be playing Ray Palmer, a.k.a. the Atom. Victor Garber, who I remember from Titanic, he will be playing Professor Martin Stein. And very cool, very excited about this, former Prison Break co-stars right here on Fox. Wentworth Miller and Dominic Purcell will step on as Captain Cold and heat wave, respectively. That should be a good mashup. Again, no dates as to when we can expect to see this show, but of course we will keep you up to date as soon as we hear on Tu Casa Style. And that is just the start of what we're talking about now on the show. More when we come back.